I'm not sure if many people know about it, but in BC, in British Columbia, there's a family that's facing eviction from the Ronald Mcdonald House because apparently, like, because of their job status. So I'm gonna pull up an article right now which helps explain it all. So this is from True North. It says BC family being evicted from Ronald McDonald House due to job status. There's a young Kelowna family says it is being evicted from Ronald McDonald House, RMH in Vancouver, where their four-year-old son is fighting leukemia because they don't have COVID shots. My wife Lindsay was crying on the bed. Ferguson told True North on Tuesday night. I told her I'm going to go ask the manager about this because this isn't even real. I said this couldn't be real. RMH is a charity that provides families with a place to live while their children fight serious illnesses at nearby hospitals. They have locations around the world. Ferguson provided True North with a copy of the policy given to his family by RMH on Monday. Beginning January 17, 2022, everyone 5 years and older who are working, staying, or visiting our facilities, both the house at 4,567 Heather Street, Vancouver, and at the family room in Surrey Memorial Hospital, must show proof of full must show proof of the jab, 2 doses, in addition to completing our existing screening, unless an accommodation has been sought and has been explicitly approved and granted by RMHC, Ronald Mcdonald House Charities. In writing, it reads, the notice, signed by Senior Director of Family Services Leslie Louie, adds that families already staying at RMH have until January 31st to get their first COVID shot. And there's also a video as well, so I'm gonna see if I can play it.
So this is a piece of paper. Can Lindsay zoom in on it? This is an eviction notice, I believe, to anybody older than 5 who's not vaccinated is getting evicted from Ronald McDonald House. So I'm just gonna go talk to people at the counter and see if it's legit now. Hey there. Do you have like a manager here or somebody I can talk to? It's about this letter we got about saying everybody here has to be vaccinated. Hey. Well, I'm just asking, like we got this last night.
Yes.
And, it's just pretty disturbing. I'm just wondering if it's legit. Is this saying that like everybody who's not vaccinated is getting evicted?
Well, we have a grace period to which you can get your first dose,
Yeah.
but essentially as of January 17th, it's a board mandate from our board.
So I just want to get this straight. So by the end of the month, my 4-year-old boy with leukemia is getting evicted because we don't have a vaccine.
The parents.
This is if he was 6 months older, he would be getting evicted. But yeah, because we don't have the vaccine, you're going to throw us on the snow with a few weeks' notice. Like, this is some kind of crazy evil like I have never seen in my life. It doesn't matter if you're vaccinated or not. Everybody knows you still have to wear the mask because you can go out and catch COVID, transmit it, and bring it back in. That's why vaccinated people have to wear masks still. So it doesn't matter if you're vaccinated or not. So just, like, the idea is to make people safer. This isn't about safety. This is coercing people to get a vaccine, choosing between their children and their own beliefs, whether it's religious beliefs, whether they're hesitant to get a vaccine. My kid has gotten all his vaccines. We're not anti-vaxxers. This is absolutely an
I would say
abomination.
that, so just let me get this clear. Are you both of you vaccinated?
No.
Okay. So what we're doing is protecting the safety of everybody in the house?
No, you're not. Because a vaccinated person can still get it and transmit it.
That's right. And so what we're trying to do is reduce our risks to the entire.
That doesn't make sense. Your conscience is seared. You understand? This is absolutely evil.
So do you want me to?
You're evicting kids with leukemia, kids who have strokes,
So what?
kids with Down syndrome. Do you understand how evil this is?
Would you like to?
Where are we gonna go?
Are you?
It's hard enough to get by and everything.
Are you staying? Are you using DCFR3? Are you being funded through DCFR3 to stay here?
Where foster kids is helping us out, and then.
So how long have you been here?
We've been here for months. We have all our stuff here.
Yeah.
And we're still here till
Totally
June.
understand that. Completely understand that.
No matter what your beliefs are, no matter what country you're from or anything, everybody supports sick kids. Everybody thinks kids would be supported. And you're saying that over a vaccine, like, think about what our national anthem says. Like, this is not Canada. This is an absolute disgrace to our country. To be saying that, no, you're a sick kid with leukemia, he's not welcome here anymore? I thought we were a country that stood against segregation. And now you're about to set up a room and scan people's vaccine passports and say, this group of people can stay, and this group of people, you're going outside. Like, this is just so messed up. And I don't even know what to say. Like, this country's conscience is seared. This is what we think is good and moral and safe, because there's absolutely no coherent thought to this at all. Anybody can transmit COVID. A vaccinated person, unvaccinated person, Omicron's 80% less deadly than the previous variants, and we're strangling people even more now. This is absolutely insane. So I'm just saying, like don't think you guys are just gonna get away with this, because we're gonna fight this and just expose this to people, because this is a great evil that has been done today. To evict sick kids with 3 weeks notice.
We're giving you an opportunity. And since he's under 5, he doesn't need to be vaccinated. But certainly the parents staying here do.
But if he was 6 months older, you would evict a 5-year-old with leukemia.
If he has an accommodation through the hospital, it's the parents. The house is set up as for
It's
the
okay.
parents. So
People whose consciences are still intact, people who still believe in things like love your neighbor and don't believe in segregation will know that this is wrong.
So what are we?
There are states in the U.S. that have no problems, and then there's one regulation, one mandate, they're totally open. The whole world is laughing at us. Now, think of Australia. If you have COVID, they take you away to a camp for 2 weeks.
So I hear what you're saying. And
This
I
is
appreciate
absolutely
that.
crazy.
So why don't I just get your room number, and we can also set you up with further questions if you have. What room number are you in?
It's 232.
232. Okay.
I don't want to do this. I'm an agreeable person. I hate confrontation. But this is so bad. As a man of God, I'm telling you, like, this cannot go. Like, this is segregation. That's how crazy people are. They say, my body, my choice, my body, my choice. What about my wife, her body, her choice? It's okay if she wants to get a 3rd trimester abortion, her body, her choice. So now she doesn't want to get a vaccine that all it does is reduces your chances of hospitalization and death. Like, how does that keep everybody here safe?
So thank you for letting me know your thoughts.
It's common sense. It's logic. This is the truth. This is coercion to try to make people choose between their children and against their conscience. It's wrong.
The social worker will help.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna call my social worker. She's great.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to breakfast.
Okay.
Okay, well, that was the end of the video, and And yeah, I can see like why he's frustrated because his child is being denied like health, like the health care that he needs because of apparently because of like the job, so the family's job status. So yeah, the dad isn't happy about that. So and I think here it explains like what the video is about. It says Ferguson, who just earned his electrician's ticket over Christmas, pleaded with RMH staff in a 7-minute long video posted to Facebook on Tuesday. In the video, he tells RMH staff that the COVID shots do not stop transmission and that his family's eviction was an affront to the country's national anthem. He told True North that Canada is a country that doesn't exclude people. Well, yeah, that's what our like leaders, so-called leaders, say all the time. But like since the start of all this this pandemic or whatever you want to call it, like they've been trying to segregate people. So then it says no matter what people's beliefs are, everyone donates to this place because everyone wants to save dying kids. He said if there was anything left to unite our country, this would have been it. And still they find a way to segregate us and divide us even more. Yeah, unfortunately that's what's happening in Canada as they're now as a lot of as like they're now using this new variant to now just segregate people more. And it says I'm broken inside for our country, just how fast this has accelerated. Yeah, like it's very disappointing, and it should like concern every parent too, as like if you had a child and they were denied like if they were denied like health care because of the job status, I'm sure any parent would be like upset about that. So yeah, it just shows like the direction the country's going in, and it's not in a good direction. So it's going down the toilet pretty fast. So then it says Ferguson's family of four has been staying at RMH since October when their 4-year-old son Jack began treatment for leukemia. Our kid's been doing really good, Ferguson said. God's been doing miracles for our kid. His hair was supposed to fall out 2 months ago and it never did. He's got lots of energy. He's super positive. Everything was going great. Yeah, in the video that I just showed, it looked like the kid was all happy and energetic. So that's a good thing. Then it says Ferguson said that after getting the notice, he was up all night thinking about what to do. I felt like God was in my heart telling me you have to address this as a man, you have to expose this for what it is, he told True North. There's no way they can just do that, it's evil. In the Facebook video, Ferguson tells RMH staff that his family has all their other immunizations but decided not to take the COVID-19 jab. Ferguson reiterates that his family are not anti-jabbers and that he's most concerned about the safety of the recently approved jab for children. They just approved the COVID jab for kids, he told True North, and even if you're a jabbed adult, like Ben Shapiro, for example, he says get jabbed, but he says he's not going to jab his kids. They don't need it. Ferguson says his son's cancer treatments will hopefully be over in June and is asking anyone who might know somewhere in Vancouver his family could stay to get in touch with him. A friend also launched a GoFundMe page in October on the family's behalf. True North reached out to Ronald Mcdonald House in Vancouver and will update the story when a response is received. Canadians donated almost $9 million to Ronald McDonald House in 2020 through cash box donations and Happy Meal purchases. Well, I don't think like a lot of parents will be wanting. I don't think a lot of parents will be wanting to buy Happy Meals anymore if they after reading something like this. So yeah, that's the end of the article, and yeah, that's the end of the article, and can close that now. So So yeah, it's just really sad to hear this family's facing eviction from the Ronald Mcdonald House in Vancouver because because of like because of their job status. And yeah, and the father in the video, he wasn't happy about it either, as he was saying how Canada's supposed to be like a country that includes everyone, that doesn't like exclude people and all that. But unfortunately, with this pandemic or whatever you want to call it, like it's like government and all these other institutions, they're just looking for ways to just segregate people using like these variants. Like the latest one is Omicron, so they're using like these variants to just like justify segregating people and all that. So and now it's getting to a point where like even children are going like can't even get access to healthcare, like urgent healthcare, if like if the kid them if the kid themselves or the parents aren't jobs. So now like I guess so yeah now like even so now like even healthcare or hospitals now are like beginning to deny people healthcare treatment, this um due to like the job status. So and yeah, and also like I thought healthcare was supposed to be a fundamental right in Canada. Like I thought like every like Canadian was supposed to have access to healthcare, as we're constantly told that like we have universal healthcare system, meaning that and like anyone can access it, or at least any Canadian can access it. So but like now with this with these like this variant now, yeah, like now it's like these healthcare institutions, they won't even like now it's like they'll just deny treatment to people like due to their job status and all that, which I'm sure like it's yeah, like I'm sure it has to be like a violation of some type of act. And like yeah, I'm sure it has to be like a violation of something in the healthcare act, or like some rule or law in healthcare. So yeah, like evicting a family like because they're not jabbed, even though their kid is like being treated for leukemia and all that. Like that's yeah, like that's not good. And it just shows like how yeah, and it just shows like how all this talk about Canada being like an inclusive country and diverse and all that, it just shows how like especially like with this new variant, it just shows how that like that's just like words, but it doesn't but like in reality it's like what we're seeing, it's like the complete opposite, as now like businesses are like pretty much just denying services to people if they aren't like jabbed. So yeah, and I'm yeah, and I don't know if like I don't know that if that will like get lots of attention, but I hope it does, because because the 4-year-old their 4-year-old son is like you know like battling leukemia. So yeah, it, yeah, like it just doesn't look good at all. Like when like a is like having to be evicted because even though because of like their job status, even though the kid has like a even though the kid has like a leukemia, which yeah, like I think needs urgent treatment and all that. So yeah, just yeah, like it doesn't make the country look good at all. So and and yeah, and then the video I showed earlier, the dad wasn't happy at all about the whole decision. So yeah, like the video says it all. So yeah, like I hope that video like spreads like far and wide, people really need to see that, as like now I guess hospitals are beginning to deny healthcare treatment to even to kids even. So yeah, I hope that video gets a lot of attention. So that's everything I have to. So that's everything I want to show, and